Hi, welcome to my channel, Broke with Audiophile Taste, my channel where I talk about records. Today, I'm going to talk about the recent 2LP 45 RPM reissue of Guided by Voices isolation drills. It was remastered by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling Sound. Um, if you're not someone who follows mastering engineers, he's one of the best in the business. Just great equipment, really knows what he's doing, done a ton of great audiophile stuff. And so, here's the thing. This appears to have been pressed at GZ. It's got those sort of like, non-handwritten stamped numbers and letters and whatnot. Although, MRP 3049. So RP you would think would stands for record pressing. So maybe it's not GZ. But anyway, what's notable here is that there's no Sterling stamp, there's no RKS on this. So what does that mean that it was remastered by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling Sound? I don't know. You would normally expect that to mean he cut the lacquer. Could be that he did. It's just very strange that there's no Sterling stamp and RKS etching. So there's just no way to know. It doesn't tell you. So it could be that he took the original Studio Master and did a higher res version of that than was done in 2001. In any case, this absolutely is the best sounding version of this album I've heard. I had the original LP that got sold in 2005 when I sold the rest of my record collection. That I'm still could be that this is going to be kind of a bit that happens that I just say that every single video because I still lament that. But anyway, I had the original LP. And I had, a couple years ago, they put out this other single LP reissue back in print on clear blue vinyl. Does this say when this came out? Doesn't say directly on here. I don't remember. I got it kind of after the fact is my memory. This is totally unimpressive sound-wise. And, that's not what you're going for with Guided by Voices, right? At the same time, I don't think you should just say fuck it either, right? You take what you got and you try to make it sound as good as possible. This looks like it was pressed at United. I'm not seeing evidence of who cut this on here. NRP, but it doesn't say who at NRP. So some nondescript person at Nashville, can't remember what that stands for, cut this one. Anyway, pretty unimpressive sounding, unimpressive pressing, which it's United. I'm not going to sit here and, either you know about United already or you'll soon learn that there's nothing special about United. They often don't sound that great. This is the final album with Jim McPherson on drums. And Jim McPherson, of course, had played on Beyond this and To the Collapse, also played on a couple solo records around that time, which might as well have been Guided by Voices records, right? He was on Kid Marine. He was on... Oh, I can see it. I can see the cover in my head, and I can't think of what it was called, but it was just a trio of Bob, Greg Demos, and Jim McPherson. Choreographed Man of War. Robert Pollard and his Soft Rock Renegades, I think is what that was. Anyway, so this is probably the best produced Guided by Voices record. I'd say that's a matter of opinion, of course. Do the Collapse also had a big production. That was Rick Ocasek, of course. It was cool to hear GBV with the Raycocastic sound, but this is the most sort of like natural, like in a high quality studio sounding record from them. Um, so this is a 45 RPM double LP, and it's got this big sort of fold out cover, which I've never even folded out because I like to leave them in the shrink, and I really just don't give a flying fuck about gimmicky stuff like some goofy fold out. I'd rather just have a higher quality jacket than some disco ass. Look at how weird this unfolds. I'm not like pissed about it, whatever. Maybe some people like that, fine. But I am so uncurious about that. Like you can just get pictures of that online and see what it looks like, and who gives a shit. And I'd rather just leave it in the shrink like I always do. Um, but the important information here, though, is this the best sounding version of this album? I think so. Have I heard every single iteration of this? No, but I've heard four. I've heard three different vinyl versions and the CD version, and this is the best one there is. You know, if you're into this band, if you're into this record, this is the one to get. It's the pressing itself isn't super special. There's a little bit of noise. It certainly sounds like it could be a GZ pressing. Again, I'd have to research what the actual plant is, but it doesn't seem to be anything special. But the mastering itself, just told myself I wasn't going to use the word soundstage in these videos, but I don't really know how else to talk about that in terms of like there's just a larger, deeper soundstage, so you have a better sense of actually being in the room. It just sounds better than the rest of them. Just clearer, better instrument separations, better separation of instruments, and so if you want this sound, you want to get the best sounding version, I'd get this one. Okay, that's that. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video.